Uh, Welcome to this lecture of BA third year of English, paper 9. So, this is 20th century literature in English. This is the paper title. Mm, we are reaching the conclusion of the poem. So, at present, we are dealing with the poem The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot. So, yesterday we had studied how Prufrock is willing to visit those hotels, those pubs, and how he is willing to express his emotions before those women. But his inability to express himself has been underlined in this context. So, this poem is nothing but it's a monologue, as I told you. Monologue means a single person speaks, and that person speaks of his mind. Whatever thoughts are there in his mind, those thoughts are expressed through that person's words. So this is monologue in the poem, and there is no other participant, as I said. So yeah, it is believed that the pronoun you that is used frequently in the poem, it may be a reader, it may be a companion of the speaker in the poem, Prufrock. So Prufrock is the speaker in the poem. Okay, so we were talking about how he wants his association with those women. So this is the typical nature of those people living in America, in the USA. So as I told you, this poem is a satire on Boston society. Okay, Boston is a city in the USA, and how T.S. Eliot critically tries to examine the contemporary flaws of the people who were there at that time. So we were talking about this. So we completed total 110 lines. So we are reaching the conclusion. So let's think about the next stanza. So yesterday's lines where we stopped were like this, and turning toward the window should say, these are the three concluding lines of the previous stanza, and turning toward the window should say, that is not it, that is not it at all, that is not what I meant at all. So with this we stopped yesterday. Now let's go further. No, I am not Prince Hamlet. So, as you know, there is a great play by Shakespeare entitled Hamlet. So, Hamlet is the story of a prince whose father was murdered by his father's brother. It means Hamlet's uncle murdered Hamlet's father, and Hamlet's uncle became the king of that country. So people know this story. Even you may be knowing this story. And Prince Hamlet wanted to kill his uncle because he wanted to have revenge of his father's murder. Okay, and in this way, Hamlet was a very very emotional character. So many a time, under the influence of those emotions, so he tries to do certain acts in the play. Okay. Basically, he even wanted to kill his uncle, but he avoided it due to certain thoughts. So, Prince Hamlet was a sort of a person who did at least some activities. So, in this way, there is a comparison between Hamlet and Prufrock. Because it is said that Hamlet was a man of inaction. Inaction means he did not do any action. But this is not completely true, because there are certain actions which are being performed by Hamlet in the play Hamlet. But Prufrock is saying that I am not Prince Hamlet, because Prince Hamlet did certain activities, certain acts, though impulsively, due to his emotions, due to his impulsive behavior. Certain acts were done by Hamlet in the play. So in this way, there is a comparison between the speaker Prufrock and Hamlet. So let's think about it. Now, I am not Prince Hamlet. It means that I am not Prince Hamlet, because Prince Hamlet did certain acts in the play. He did certain things in the play, but I am such a person who is not able to do any act, who is not able to do anything in my life. ओके. सो कृतिहीन अशा प्रकारचा माणूस आहे मी, म्हणजे कृतिशील बिलकुल नाहीये. थोड्याफार प्रमाणामध्ये तरी सुद्धा हॅमलेट कृतिशील होता, मी तशा प्रकारचा नाहीये. नो, आय एम नॉट प्रिन्स हॅमलेट, नॉर वॉज मेंट टू बी. आय एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड टू बी प्रिन्स हॅमलेट. आय एम प्रूफ्रॉक. हाऊ कॅन आय बी हॅमलेट? ओके. I am not meant to be Prince Hamlet. I am an attendant lord. Sorry. No, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. I am an attendant lord. So, he is saying that I am like attendant lord in the play, namely Polonius. So Polonius used to give certain advice to Hamlet, and because of that advice, Hamlet used to act in certain cases in the play. I am an attendant lord. Attendant lord means Polonius. So this is a character from Hamlet, from the play Hamlet. Polonius. Am an attendant lord, one that will do to swell up progress. In this context, swell means to boost. In this context, swell can also mean encourage. Okay. I am an attendant lord, one that will do to swell progress. So I am like Polonius, attendant lord Polonius, and in this way, the way Polonius encouraged certain activities in the play, I am like that. I am an attendant lord, one that will do to swell progress. Actual meaning of swell is in Marathi Sujane. This is the unnatural growth of a body part. To swell up progress, start a scene or two. In this way, the way Polonius encouraged Hamlet to perform certain activities, certain acts, and in this way, a scene or two were undertaken, or though that scene was being done by Hamlet. So in this way, Hamlet was a man of action, at least partially. But I am such a person who is not like Hamlet. I may be like that attendant lord, namely Polonius, who encouraged certain activities, who encouraged certain deeds which Hamlet committed. To swell a progress, start a scene or two. So Hamlet started a scene or two in this way. Advise the prince. So Polonius used to advise the prince Hamlet. Advise the prince, no doubt an easy tool. So this Prince Hamlet was like a puppet. कठपुतळी म्हणतो ना आपण, हातचं भावलं. So in the play Hamlet, this Prince Hamlet was an easy tool for so many people. He was easily led. He was easily conceived. Okay. Even he was easily misled, one should say. So in this way, So Hamlet was an easy tool to convince. Okay, so this is the matter. An easy tool, deferential. So the word deference means respect. So he was deferential, he was respectful, deferential, glad to be of use. So So this Polonius was a little bit glad because he was of certain use to Hamlet. In this way, he encouraged Hamlet to commit certain acts, commit certain deeds. Glad to be of use, politic. He was a political sort of figure, politic, cautious, and meticulous. Meticulous means careful. Okay. Cautious also can mean the same. In this way, the way Hamlet committed certain acts in the play by Shakespeare, so some of the activities, some of the deeds of Hamlet were triggered by this character, namely Polonius, who was politic, cautious, and meticulous. Okay, I am not like you can say those people. I am not a person who is politic. ओके म्हणजे धोरणी वगैरे लोक म्हणतो ना मुत्सद्दी या अर्थानं पॉलिटिक कॉशियस and meticulous, full of high sentence. Okay, so Hamlet was such a person who was full of high sentence. High sentence means in this context sentiment. Okay, he was a sentimental character. Hamlet was really sentimental. When he was convinced that his uncle was murdered, his father was murdered by his uncle, and his uncle married Hamlet's mother. In this way, Hamlet was intensely pained due to this particular matter. And because of it, Hamlet wanted to have revenge, and because of that revenge, he wanted to kill his uncle. But you may be knowing that Hamlet had a chance to kill his uncle when his uncle was praying, but Hamlet thought that if I kill this person when he is praying, so definitely this person will go to heaven. So this sinner like my uncle should not go to heaven, but he is definitely he should go to hell. So this was the expectation of Hamlet, and because of this particular sentiment, because of this high sentence means sentiment, so Hamlet became emotional, and because of this high emotion, so in this way he avoided killing his uncle, and in this way finally uncle could kill Hamlet. Okay, it was the reversal of fortune in the play. Okay, so Hamlet was such a person who had high sentiment, अतिशय म्हणजे काय भावनिक. Okay, so in this way he was full of high sentence but a bit obtuse. Obtuse means stupid. Okay, so Hamlet was an emotional character, so he was led astray by certain emotions, but besides those emotions, Hamlet was such a person who was stupid. He was, in certain cases, misled. Okay, and people had misused Hamlet because of his stupidity in the play. If you read the play, you will understand. But a bit obtuse, bit means a little. But a bit obtuse, at times, indeed, almost ridiculous. So at times, Hamlet was ridiculous. Most of the time, I am ridiculous, he is saying, Prufrock is saying. At times means occasionally, adun madun. At times, indeed, almost ridiculous, almost at times the fool. So sometimes Hamlet behaved as if he is a fool. So this fool is capitalized because most of the plays written during the time of Shakespeare had this character, namely fool. Even in the play King Lear, there is this character is there, the fool. Though that character is called as the fool, but he is one of the wisest men from the play. Okay, so in this way, sometimes that fool used to behave very eccentrically, very problematically, and because of which that fool was, he was called as fool. So in this way, Hamlet behaved problematically, ridiculously, and at times Hamlet seemed like a fool. Okay, in this way, there is a comparison between Hamlet and the self of Prufrock, and in this way, it is proven how Hamlet was a man of action, and how I am not a man of action, and how I am completely useless fellow. So this is being underlined. Okay, so critics blame that Hamlet did not do any appropriate actions, but up to certain extent, Hamlet did certain actions. Okay, so as far as Prufrock's observation of Hamlet is concerned, so Hamlet did at least certain acts, at least certain deeds Hamlet did. But I am such a person who is not even like Hamlet. So Hamlet is blamed for his inaction. म्हणजे अकृतिशीलतेमुळं हॅम्लेटवर खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणात म्हणजे खरं तर म्हणजे टीका करण्यात येते. खरं तर हॅम्लेट जेवढा कृतिशील होता, जर त्याला अकृतिशील म्हटलं तरी सुद्धा तो कृतिशील होता, तेवढा कृतिशील मी नाही. ही इज प्रुफ्रॉक इज ऑब्झर्विंग. नेक्स्ट आन्सर. ओके, सो प्रुफ्रॉक इज नॉट एबल टू डू एनिथिंग. I grow old. He is growing old by thinking. Okay, he only thinks, he doesn't do anything. Okay, he is absolutely a stupid character. I grow old. I grow old. So day by day I am aging. Day by day, physically I am getting emaciated. It means physically, day by day I am getting weaker and weaker. So, unfortunately, my head is becoming bald. So, again and again, there is a reference to this baldness of the speaker Hamlet. Sorry, the speaker Prufrock. I grow old. I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. So, shall I roll bottoms of my trouser, bottoms of my pant? Okay, so should I do that? I grow old. I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers roll. The way we roll our bottoms during the time of rain. Okay, so we do not want the trousers to get wet, and because of which we try to roll or fold our bottoms. So should I do that? Okay, I grow old. I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Okay, so actually, Prufrock is willing to impress women. That's why he is willing to have different hairstyles. Okay, so should I follow such a hairstyle which will impress those women? Okay, so shall I turn my hair behind? असं पाठीमागे वळू का माझे केस, ज्यामुळे टक्कल पण झाकेल आणि महिलावर माझं इम्प्रेशन पण पडेल? Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? Do I have that much daring to do certain difficult tasks? So this is the matter. Do I dare to eat a peach? So peach is a very hard fruit, and it is said that sometimes eating of peach causes indigestion. म्हणजे अपचनाचा त्रास होतो म्हणे पीच खाल्ल्यामुळं. म्हणजे प्रत्यक्ष अर्थ घ्यायचा नाही. लिटरल मिनिंग वी शुड नॉट टेक, वी शुड टेक लिटररी मिनिंग. अँड द मिनिंग इज दॅट, डू आय हॅव दॅट मच डेअरिंग टू do a very very difficult task, and that difficult task is talking to those women. That difficult task is proposing a lady. Okay, as if it's a task which is like Hercules. Okay, yesterday I had talked about Hercules. Okay, so this is the most difficult task indeed, he thinks. So do I have that much daring to do that difficult task, to undertake it? Shall I part my hair behind? So this is the unconventional hairstyle. And should I have this kind of hairstyle, which will necessarily impress those women? Should I do that? Okay. So do I have, or do I dare to eat a peach? So do I have that much daring to undertake such a difficult task? I shall wear white flannel trousers. It's a typical fashion. So should I use that trouser? Flannel म्हणजे कपडा यार था ना. I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. So what is the difference between trousers and pants? Okay. So basically the word trouser is American English and pants is British. I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. So in this way, I will have fashionable hairstyle. I will have fashionable dress. And in this way, after wearing that dress, after parting my hair, after doing a very, very excellent hairstyle, I shall visit that beach. Samudra Kinari Zain. Mast पैकी. I have heard the mermaid singing. Mermaid means Mashya. Okay, so I've heard these are actually, you can say, they are fictional, they are imaginary creatures. I've heard the mermaids singing. Sometimes I have experienced that those mermaids sing. त्या मत्स्यकन्या समुद्राच्या म्हणजे किनारे म्हणजे काय पोहत पोहत म्हणजे गात असताना मला दिसलेले आहेत. ऍक्च्युली इट मे मीन दॅट he is referring to those women who are found at the beaches. समुद्र किनारे फिरताना आंघोळ करताना तिथं उन्हामध्ये बसलेल्या अशा प्रकारच्या कोणी स्त्रिया आणि मुली असतील. Perhaps he is referring to them. I've heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. So if I visit the beach after wearing that beautiful trouser, after having that beautiful hairstyle, if I visit that beach, I'm not sure that whether those mermaids will be singing to me. माझ्यासाठी किंवा माझ्यासोबत गातील का याची मला काही शाश्वती नाहीये. कारण म्हणजे काय, मी अशा प्रकारचा कॅरेक्टर आहे की म्हणजे माझ्या अस्तित्वाची नोंदच म्हणजे कोणी घेणार नाही. जणू आय एम अ वर्थलेस फेलो. ओके, I am such a person. So I am such a person who is non-existent in the world. So I am a completely useless fellow whose existence does not make any impact on the world. Okay, he is saying something like this. I have heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. So, and I'm not expecting that those mermaids will be able to sing to me. माझ्यासाठी त्या गातील का? I'm not sure. I've seen them riding seaward on the waves. Okay, seaward means towards sea. Okay. So, do you have any idea about the difference between toward and towards? I have talked about it. Towards is British English, and toward is American. Americans do not use S after D. Okay. So I have seen them riding seaward on the waves. I have seen that those mermaids are riding those waves. म्हणजे त्या लाटावर म्हणजे आरूढ होऊन स्वार होऊन मस्तपैकी म्हणजे काय आतमध्ये जात असताना समुद्राच्या मी त्या मत्स्यकन्यांना पाहिलेलं आहे. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown black. Okay, So there are certain, you can say, small riding vehicles which are being rode by people. Okay, so they are driven by a single person, and in this way, so because of that speedy water vehicle, what happens, that water gets white. Okay, combing the white hair of the waves blown black, it may also mean that when those mermaids are swimming, when those mermaids are on the waves, at that time it is seeming that the white color of that water is it is the white hair of those mermaids combing the white hair, sorry, combing the white hair of the waves. So these are the white hair of those waves. जणू त्या लाटांची पांढरे केस आहेत की काय, अशा पद्धतीनं ती पांढरं पाणी दिसायला लागलेलं आहे. कोम म्हणजे विंचरणे, ते विंचरत विंचरत जणू त्या समुद्रामध्ये जात आहेत. Mermaids. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back. Okay. तर मागं म्हणजे काय, हवेनं म्हणजे उडून म्हणजे काय, भरपूर पाणी उसळ्या मारायला लागलेलं आहे. सो वेव्स, ब्लो म्हणजे उडवणे या अर्थानं. Blown back when the wind blows the water white and black. Due to that speedy wind, when that wind is speeding, at that time the sea water is white because of the waves, and when that wave returns, at that time the water color is black. Okay, when the wind blows the water white and black, this is the white and black and white color of that water. Okay, when that wind is blowing, it is white, and when there is no wind, when there are no waves, at that time the color of that water is black. Okay, we have lingered in the chambers of the sea. Linger. I now talked about it. Linger can also mean roam, म्हणजे असं भटकणे. Okay, फिरणे, घुटमळणे या अर्थानं. We means you and me, again that listener. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea by seagulls wreathed. It's not working properly. WREATH. WREATH, it means har, pushpahar. And whenever this E is added, it becomes a verb. By seagulls wreathed with seaweed red and brown. Those girls who are seen at the seashores, so it is seen that those girls are wearing certain wreaths, certain garlands. म्हणजे त्या समुद्राच्या किनाऱ्यावर ज्या म्हणजे मुली किंवा मत्स्यकन्या आहेत, त्या मत्स्यकन्यांनी म्हणजे गळ्यामध्ये हार घातलेले आहेत त्यांच्या. बाय सीगल्स wreathed with seaweed. सीवेड समुद्रामध्ये सापडणाऱ्या ज्या वनस्पती आहेत ना, वीड म्हणजे वनस्पती, तर म्हणजे त्या वनस्पतींचा म्हणजे हार म्हणजे त्यांनी म्हणजे काय घातलेला स्वतःच्या गळ्यामध्ये. दिस इज अ सॉर्ट ऑफ इमॅजिनेशन. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea by seagulls wreathed with seaweed red and brown. The color of that weed is red and brown. Till human voices wake us, and we drown. So in this way, so actually it is not something which really happens, that those girls are there, so they are riding those waves, and in this way there is the white hair of those waves. This is not the thing. So basically these things actually do not take place, but this is something that is being imagined by Prufrock. Prufrock ज्या गोष्टींची कल्पना करतो, खरं तर कल्पनेच्या पातळीवर हे सगळं घडायला लागलेलं आहे. ओके, अशा पद्धतीने त्या मुलींनी गळ्यामध्ये लाल आणि म्हणजे अशा प्रकारचे म्हणजे रेड अँड ब्राऊन कलर रीड दे आर वेअरिंग, हे सगळी म्हणजे कल्पना आहे. कधीपर्यंतची कल्पना आहे? टिल ह्युमन व्हॉइसेस वेक अस, आणि माणसांचा म्हणजे कोणता तर आवाज यावा आणि आपली जणू तंद्रीभंग पावावी. ओके, टिल ह्युमन, तंद्री मीन्स ट्रान्स, दिस इज TRANC, though the pen is not working. ट्रान्स. ओके, तर आमची म्हणजे तंद्री म्हणजे अशा पद्धतीने आम्ही विचार करतो करतो करतो, वी गो ऑन थिंकिंग अँड अवर ट्रान्स इज डिस्टर्ब्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दोज ह्युमन व्हॉइसेस. कोणाचा तरी म्हणजे आवाज आमच्या कानावर येतो, आम्ही अशा गोष्टींचा विचार करत जातो करत जातो करत जातो, आणि कोणीतरी माणसं येतात, माणसं बोलतात, आणि त्या माणसांच्या बोलण्यामुळे आमची तंद्री भंग पावते. टिल ह्युमन व्हॉइसेस वेक अस, उठवणे झोपेतून ज्याप्रमाणे, वेक अस अँड वी ड्राउन, ड्राउन म्हणजे बुडणे पाण्यात. इन दिस वे, सो वी ड्राउन इन अवर ओन थॉट्स. We drown in the thoughts of certain people. We drown in the thoughts of those women. We drown in the thoughts of people around us. We drown in the thoughts of those hotels and restaurants. In this way, so the poem is over. And if you observe from the beginning to the end of the poem, nothing happens in it. Nothing happens. So this is a mental drama which takes place in the mind of Prufrock. Okay, in this way, in the beginning, in the middle, and finally in the poem, nothing happens. It is only imagination of the speaker in the poem, namely Prufrock. Okay, so with this, the poem is over. So in the next lecture, we will be talking about some more details about it. Till then, thank you very much.